for it. What the fuck? I hit the button.
Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins every podcast episode. We bring the heat, strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is going on, Just the Best Little Family? First parlay with Seeing Money today. Pat busy with work. PD King got life stuff going on, but we wanted to get in the show out there since we haven't been able to do one the last 2 days. Speaking of which, though, if you do follow us on X, I've gone 5 and 6 for my parlays and best bet last 2 days. So if you were following, you made some money, which means you need to be following if you're not on X to get these picks when we can't go live. But we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to go into the disclaimer that keeps us from getting sued, which is number 1, we are not professional gamblers. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Number 2, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford and only bet what you can afford to lose. Lastly, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help. If you need it, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, we're not professional gamblers. We do research, try to give you the best bets possible, but we do not get paid to do this. Number 2, make sure you stay within your means. Set a limit for the month. Stay within that limit. You should be fine. But if you do find yourself needing help, then you can call 1-800-GAMBLER, and they will get you to the people that can help you and get you the help that you need. We are not affiliated or sponsored by any specific sports book, but we are affiliated and sponsored by Nevin Eyewear, which we have been with since day one. These are my MLB long points right here. They have the little sun side guard, everything. They are polarized. And if you click our link in our link tree on X, it will get you 30% off of one pair, or buy one, get two free. If you're going to buy a prescription pair, then go ahead and use that 30% off link. It'll save you the most money. Or if you're going to get a regular pair of sunglasses, you do the buy one, get two free. You'll get 3 pair for just under $90 plus a free gift. And regardless of which deal you go with, you will get free shipping, because anything over $50, you're going to get free shipping. Also, if you lose them, damage them, need them replaced for any reason, fill out the online claim form. They will replace them for free, so they are kind of risk-free in that regard. So go ahead and check out Nevin. We love them. We all own many pairs, and I'll be ordering even more pairs soon. So if anybody in the chat who's gotten theirs, let us know. But Nevin is never odd or even. However, check them out. They will get you what you need for the summer. I did say we're not affiliated with or sponsored by a sports book. We are affiliated with something very similar to a sports book, though, which is Playvo, formerly known as Player Profit. So look, the way it works, you buy a package ranging from $30 all the way up to $500. If you use the code JTBS, you'll get a 10% discount regardless of whether you buy the $30 package or the $500 package. And you can use it every time you buy a package, regardless if you buy one package or 500 packages. Doesn't matter. You can keep using the same code. It lets them know that we sent you, and it gives you that discount. If you buy that $30 package, you'll get it for $27 with that code. You get a $1,000 bankroll to bet with. And the first challenge you have to complete is to get to 10% profit before 10% losses. If you complete challenge 1, you move on to challenge 2, which is 15% profit before 10% losses. If you complete challenge 2, you move on to the funded stage, which you can cash out up to 70% of the profit up to that point going forward. Or you can do a blitz challenge, which is a one challenge system. It's 25% profit before 10% losses. Then you can cash out up to 70% of your profits up to that point going forward. It's not an easy way to do it. However, it's a good way to turn a small bankroll into a large bankroll. There are many other rules, regulations. There's minimum bets per stage. Check out playvo.com. Watch their 2-minute YouTube video. It will explain it much better with somebody who looks much better than I do on that video. But if you're looking for a best bet of the day, I'm going with Paige Bucher's 21 plus points at -125. I boosted it to -114. She has hit 21 plus points in 5 straight games. She faced New York back on 5/24 and she scored 24 points. She's also hit 21 plus in 7 of the last 10. So she's been picking up. Her average is right around, is like 20 and a half. But as of late, her average has been more like 22, 23. I think against this New York team, which, like I said, she's already gotten to 24 points, she's going to have to show up today, and she should easily get to this 21 points. And again, with the boost, I got it close to even money. So if you're able to get this anywhere close to even money, I would take Paige Bueckers at 21 plus points. We've hit 2 best bets in a row, so this will get us back to the green after starting off 0-2. So hopefully this one will come through for us and put us in the green. But like I said, I really like her for today for 21 points. And that New York team is tough, so she's really going to have to show up today if they're going to have any chance of beating that New York team. I know you've been betting her a lot lately. Have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, she's a baller. And if they have, like you said, if they have any chance of even coming close, she's going to have to ball out. So,
but that is your best bet of the day. Paige Bueckers, 21 plus points. Again, it's at minus 125. I had a 10% boost, so I got it at minus 114. So go ahead and throw that up as your best bet of the day. Moving on, I believe we do have, even though Pat's not here, we do have a marquee matchup. This one is kind of obvious. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually a little surprised he got it at 146. I thought it'd be minus money. But Jacob deGrom and Jose Soriano, we do have a video from Pat, but I'm going to wait until his tabletop to play it, but he'll explain this during that time. But really, there's no explanation. Both of these guys, when they're on, 6 Ks is the minimum that they'll get. deGrom has been getting more like 7, 8, 9. Soriano has been up and down lately, but he did just get like 8 Ks in his last outing. So he might be back on pace. And both of these teams that they're facing have a tendency to strike out. So one being the second worst team in baseball at strikeouts, and the other one's kind of middle of the pack. But both of these teams do have a lot of swing and miss. Both of these pitchers get a lot of strikeouts. This feels like a layup, which I think is probably what he was going for because he's trying to get his units back closer to even. So he probably went with the easy matchup for a change instead of trying to get lucky on one. So I really like this marquee matchup, but I'm sure he'll explain a lot of what I just said when we play his video. Or he won't explain it all because it's Pat. Moving on to the 750 Club, we have hit at 1 this month. We missed yesterday by 1 hit. And it wouldn't have been a 750 Club because one of them got scratched and then one got hurt. He got a hit in the first inning, had him for 2 total bases, then he got hurt. And then the other guy who needed a hit would end up missing. He had a chance, and he came up as the last at bat in the 9th inning and popped out, sadly. Otherwise, we would have hit this again. But tonight, I'm going to do a hits, runs, RBIs. I haven't done this in a while. First, I know this is – we're going Michael Harris 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. I know they're facing Paul Skeens. That means they might strike out, but Paul Skeens has been giving up some hits. He's been giving up some runs, and Michael Harris has been on absolute fire. He also just got snubbed from the All-Star game. The man's batting like 307, and like he's in the top like 10, 15 in many categories. He made it to the final stage of voting, but for some reason they left him off. To be fair, there was 5 Braves, so I get it. Like maybe that's part of it, but like it felt weird. You got Mike Trout and Ronald Acuna in there, and both those guys haven't played half the season. Right. So like I get that it's a popularity contest in some of these cases, but if I feel like, especially with these guys not playing, that he should be one of the first substitutions that they give for one of those guys, or well, Acuna, obviously not Trout because he would be the other side. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm gonna go 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. He has 27 hits, runs, and RBIs over those 6 games. He's averaging just over 4 per game. So look, he's been doing it for the last week. So why not do it again today? Paul Skeens has his control's been a little off. His location's been a little off, so his numbers have been slightly down, and I think that Harris can either get to him or they can get past him, Skeens after 6 innings, and then they can get to this bullpen because that bullpen's not very good, which is the reason that even when Paul Skeens pitches well, that team loses typically during his starts. Nick Gonzalez, which is on the other side of this, Nick Gonzalez is also on a 6-game hitting streak. He's got 23 hits, runs, and RBIs over that, averaging almost 4 per game as well. We only need we need half of that in this game. I think he's going to continue that hit streak. And then we got Pete Crow Armstrong, who is finding his way back onto the hit streak chart. He was on it for a long time. He went off of it, and he's found his way back with a 6-game hitting streak. He's got 19 hits, runs, and RBIs over those 6 games. So he's averaging right around 3. And then the longest active hit streak in baseball is Liam Hicks. I got him for 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. He's on a 16-game hitting streak with 51 hits, runs, RBIs over those 16 games. The man is averaging over 3 hits, runs, and RBIs for the last 16 games, which is kind of unheard of. And that actually spans longer than that because it spans. He was injured. He was like at 7 games. He got injured. He came back, and now he's gone 9 more games after coming back from the injury. So the man had a long break and still didn't get slowed down. So I think that he's going to continue that today. And the thing I like about these instead of total bases is these guys could get walked and somebody can knock them in and it still counts. So there's a lot more ways to hit this, which is also why you got to go 4 legs instead of 3. But we got this just above the plus 750 mark. I got it at 755. I had a boost that got it up to plus 830. But that is the 750 club of the day. Hopefully we can hit our second. We're up 4.83 units off of that one win that we had of plus 800 earlier in the week. So we're trying to get our second win of the month and keep us in the green, stand strong. Any thoughts on this one?
I mean, as soon as we get off here, I'm gonna be betting it.
I've been real close on every one this month. Like there's been none that have been way off. So let's just hope that these guys do what they've been doing and we keep this party rolling. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I like the hits, runs, and RBIs because, like you said, I mean, they can get on base any possible way, and somebody can just knock them in or whatever, and then you just check it off the list.
Yeah, I mean that like people like Shohei and Aaron Judge who get intentionally walked a fair amount. Like even with those guys, like they may get walked 3 times in a game and they may score 2 runs, but they never get a hit. But you still clear this with those type of guys. Yeah. So like in case something like that happens, it gives you a little bit of coverage, which is why I like it. So yeah, you're right. I think all we have left is our tabletops. So I take that back. We haven't done long balls. Just kidding. My long ball today is Ketel Marte. He is going against German Marquez, which he is 14. He's got a lot of at-bats, by the way. He's 14 for 46 with 2 home runs against this man. He has seen a lot of pitches from this guy. He's hit some out. He's hitting right around 300 against him. I think that he's going to be able to have that same success tonight. We're getting this at plus 320, so I am rocking Ketel Marte. And C-Money is going with the long ball extraordinaire himself, who has already won 2 of these long balls. Did it back-to-back in his first 2 games, I think.
Yeah, so every time I want to bet this guy, I don't know if he's not playing for the day or what. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if he's playing today. So we took him. His debut, he hit the long ball. Nobody knew this cat, so nobody won the long ball. But then the very next day, he did it again and did actually win the long ball. So when this guy hits it, he hits them pretty deep. So we're going to hope that he can do that today.
What's funny is last night they had the bases loaded and he was about to come up. I live bet him to hit a grand slam in that game. He hit a double that cleared the bases, but he didn't hit the grand slam. It was plus 1900 at the time that I bet it too. It was so close. But he definitely has a lot of power just because he's not well known, which is why these odds are where they are. But he has like 3 or 4 home runs already, and he hasn't been in Major League for very long at all. And he's already hit 2 long balls, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played many games, and he already has 4 home runs. So, I mean. Right.
So, I mean, look, I know that it's a name you don't recognize, but that's how you get these odds the way you get them at plus 950. I will be betting both of these together, as I always do. I'm sure I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure you'll get it around plus 2,000 with those odds that I'm seeing, which will be awesome, maybe even higher than that. So hopefully we'll hit that. But moving on will be the tabletops. So we'll start off. I'm going to play Pat's video real quick, and then we'll go over his bets.
All right, I'm going to take a nap real
quick.
What's
up, S-Up Nation? It's your boy, Poolside Lucas Lives. Pat here. Not looking good for me to be on the show. It'd be kind of funny if I popped in after this. Sometimes I do that. I don't think that's happening today. So shout out to the boys. Boy and or boys and or maybe boys and girl, whoever's on the show, shout out. Hopefully I can be back on. This week has just been tough, and the dog better not bark. Do not bark. Do not bark. Thank you. So I'm going to give you some picks because I feel left out and lonely and I missed the show. Work's been crazy. Life happens. It is what it is. The wife is coming into town. Have to get the place looking good. Looks okay so far. Some work to be done, but anyway, enough about that. Let's get to the picks. As I was making these picks, I just kept making more, so I have a bunch of them. So bear with me. I'll try and get them fast. Not as many stats that I need to necessarily give. I have a couple written down, but let's get to it. First, my marquee matchup is going to be Jacob deGrom and Jose Soriano, as you already know, both for 6+ strikeouts. Got that at plus 146. We know what deGrom is capable of, especially against not the worst anymore, but one of the worst lineups in baseball when it comes to striking out. And Jose Soriano, 5 of his last 8, he's hit this. I thought, there's a couple of them that could be, and I have a couple of alternatives. But that's the one that struck me for the best idea to try and get this on track. My alternates are Max Meyer and Brian Wu at plus 216. Mariners, both teams are actually top third in strikeouts. Meyer's been very, very, very good for the Marlins all season, and we are all familiar with Mr. Wu. And then last, I have Andrew Abbott and Zach Wheeler plus 188. You're definitely sweating Abbott in this situation, but he does have 6 Ks in 5 of his last 9, so there you go. Now to some bets that don't have as much stats behind them. I have I would have had a Cards parlay, but they're not playing. They weren't up there in a doubleheader, but I couldn't bet them. My Dinger's Almanac, number 1 was Kyle Schwarber. I also want James Wood, and then I put them together for my own 750 at plus 791, both to go yard. At my 4 for 4s, Waldrip, Warren, Schultz, and Imai, plus 256. Their odds by themselves were anywhere between minus 200 and minus 300. So that's the logic there. You're still going to sweat it because it's baseball, but it is what it is. My performance doubles of the day are Zach Wheeler, 7+ Ks, and Phillies money line, plus 116. Scooble, 7+ Ks, and Detroit money line, minus 135. And I probably will put that together as a parlay as well, but I'm not going to put that as towards my records. I then did a 7-7-7. Did not feel comfortable with Skeens as a performance double to win. But I like the 3 of those guys, Skeens, Scooble, and Wheeler, for 7 strikeouts. I don't think I'm missing anything. No World Cup bets for me today. I don't think anything's going on. The game's already on. What a game, by the way, Argentina and Egypt. Watched that during my lunch break. It was awesome. But anyway, just wanted to say shout out to the show. A little bit longer than I usually go here, but shout out to the show. Saw while I was doing my slides that we are up 700 units. I really hope I'm not misspeaking on that. 700 units this year through June. If that's real, I mean, what are you doing? Hit follow, watch the show. Shout out, love and miss everybody. Shout out to Bet Slip Nation. Stay amazing, stay handsome, stay beautiful. And these have been the hot tips to help your bet slips.
Well, there you have it, the awkward eye wink and all. His marquee, deGrom and Soriano plus 146, Abbott and Zach Wheeler. I will not be betting this because I have refused to bet Zach Wheeler for a while. At plus 188, Max Meyer and Brian Wu. Brian Wu is back to the dead to me list because he's so up and down. He did clear 6 in his last outing, so maybe he gets there, but I'm not trusting him. His Dinger Almanac's Kyle Schwarber plus 171. I mean, the dude hits a home run every couple of days, so any day you bet him, you got a good chance of hitting that regardless of who he's facing. The 4 for 4, Waldrop, Warren, Schultz, and Imai. That is a collection of names that I'm not sure before the season anybody in their right mind would have bet. But, here's the thing about Waldrop. He's going against Pittsburgh, so he should be able to get to 4 Ks. And he's one of those guys that either goes 7 innings and he only gives up like 3 hits and he gets 6 or 7 strikeouts, or he gets lit and he's out in the second inning and he doesn't get but 2 strikeouts. So he's got to hope that today's the day against the Pirates, who do strike out a lot, is a day that he runs deep and gets some strikeouts. Warren, sure. Schultz, Imai, we've seen what he can do. He is a little hot and cold too, but when he's hot, he's super hot. But 4 is not a lot. So he should be able to get there. And then another Dinger Almanac. He's got 2 of them.
Yeah, he did Schwarber, and then he did James Wood.
Dinger number 2, James Wood. I think he's got 3 home runs in a row. I think he had the long ball last night. The man's actually been on an absolute tear, so why not? And then he's got, what is DA number 1? I don't even know what that means. All right, Kyle Schwarber.
It's the Dinger Almanac 1 and 2 together.
Oh, I got you. He parlayed them together for his club at plus 791. And then his PDs, not PDs of the day, but his PDs. That way he's not stealing it. His Wheeler 7Ks, Phillies money line. I'm not betting Wheeler. Screwball 7Ks, Tigers money line, 100%. That should happen. To be honest with you, the Wheeler 7Ks and Phillies should hit. I just don't trust Wheeler. I will tell you the Phillies don't lose when Wheeler pitches, regardless of whether he gets a strikeout. So really all you're sweating is Wheeler strikeouts, because they've only lost 2 out of his 13 games since he started pitching. He's 8-1, and then they've won all the other games he was in. Then he's got 777, Screwball, Skeens, and Wheeler. This used to be my automatic bet every time these guys pitched, but Skeens has been up and down. Wheeler's been up and down. The only guy on this list I trust right now is Screwball, so I did not do that today. You will see I don't have Skeens or Wheeler on my tabletop, which I might be one of the only ones that don't have both of them, but we do have some Screwball. But that is Pat's tabletop. Glad he was able to at least get the video in since he couldn't be on the show today. And we know he's going to be a little hit and miss this week because of work, but we wanted to get him in, and I will move on. I believe I am next. So I've got a guy in my strikeout parlay. You're going to be like, who is Ian Seymour, and why are you betting for 6+ strikeouts? Well, let me tell you. Ian Seymour started the season as a relief pitcher. They've decided to make him into a starter. Since making him into a starter, his last 2 starts, he has cleared 6 strikeouts, once with 7 strikeouts, the other with 8 strikeouts. And he's facing the Yankees, who are 25th in strikeouts per game, averaging 9. Over the last 3, they're averaging 12.33 strikeouts per game. This team currently, over the last week, is the worst team in baseball when it comes to striking out. I've made so much money betting pitchers for 9 Ks against them to get strikeouts. I might even ladder Seymour 6, 7, 8, 9. I might get crazy. The Yankees are terrible, especially without Judge. They have so much swing and miss in this lineup. It's not even funny. There's so many guys on this team making $300 million swinging, batting 220. It's wild to me. Ever since he went out, they are not the same team. That pitching staff is going to have to save them, which they've been up and down too, which is why they haven't been winning games. But I really believe he can get to 6 strikeouts today. That being said, I'm going to go to Tariq Screwball, which everybody's going to be is on board with 7+ strikeouts. He's hit 7+ in 7 of his last 9. The other 2 were 6. He's going against the A's, who are 21st with strikeouts per game, averaging 8.68, and they're averaging 9 over their last 3 games. And then Jacob deGrom, 7+ strikeouts. He's hit this in 3 straight. The Angels are 29th in strikeouts per game at 9.44 strikeouts per game, 9.67 over the last 3. So they're even. All 3 of these teams that they're facing are all striking out even at a higher clip than they already do, which is pretty high. Got that at plus 247. Well, guess what? We're going to parlay number 2, and you may not have heard of any of these people except maybe Neto. So let me talk to you. I told y'all the other day, I'm trying to bring you names that not everybody's going to give you. And every time I do this, typically they hit. And that's why we're getting plus 357, because nobody in this world is going to tell you who Tristan Peters is. But let me tell you.
Javier Sanjoa.
I'm going to start off with Javier Sanoa. He is with the Miami Marlins, if you don't know. He is on a 6-game hitting streak, and he has 11 hits over the 6 games. Miami is a team that the Phillies and Braves both need to be paying attention to, because that pitching staff is very good, and this whole lineup is starting to hit. And if they catch fire, they can easily climb up this leaderboard if the Phillies and Braves keep kind of being 50-50 like they have been lately. The Phillies have been on fire until recently, but if both of those teams stole a little bit, Miami can fly right up on them. They've already gained about 6 or 7 games on both of them over the last 2-3 weeks. So they're on fire, and Sanoa is one of the big reasons outside of Liam Hicks, which we already talked about. Tristan Peters, he's on an 8-game hitting streak with 11 hits over those 8 games. And then Zach Neto, 1+ hit. He is facing deGrom, but he is 5 for 10 batting .500 lifetime versus deGrom. He also has 8 hits over his last 7 games. So he's been hitting against everybody, and he has very, very good history. He's one of the – sometimes these guys, no matter how good they are, they just have a guy that they can't get out, and Neto is that guy for deGrom. To get 1+ hit. We got this at plus 357. And then we have Paige Buecher's 21+ points. At minus 114 is our best bet of the day. So those are my parlays. Look, I'm up a little bit again this month. I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm putting some names out there. Not everybody would bet. I'm taking a little risk. I'm getting higher odds than I normally would get. But if we hit these, then you could just consider us in fuego, because I'm pulling things out that almost nobody. I can promise you, there's very few people giving you Ian Seymour and Tristan Peters on their bets today. I can promise you that. Just say that I might put both of those in a parlay together, just by themselves, just to put the no-name parlay together. But that is my tabletop for today. We will move on to a return of C Money, which has not been on bets have not been on the tabletop in a very, very long time, and let him read to you his bets.
All right, so I'm putting Skeens back on the slip. I don't know why. This man has let me down so much, but I'm gonna hopefully go a little smarter this time. The Braves typically don't strike out as much. And if Skeens has his pitches, he can at least get six innings in. So we went 17 and a half outs. I went Waldrop for 4+ strikeouts. I mainly went with this because the Pirates suck. They strike out a ton. So, I mean, I feel like 4 should be pretty easy. And then I went Brian Wu. Again, every time I go strikeouts with this man, he lets me down. But he can go deep in a game. So that's what we're going to hope against the Marlins team. And Max Meyer, same thing. I mean, he's been doing pretty good for me. I switched it up a little bit today, and hopefully he can go 6 innings as well, which I feel like he should be able to. And then, unlike the professor, Zach Wheeler hasn't really let me down. So I took him for 6+ strikeouts for plus 702. And then for parlay 2, I brought back the Nerfies, and pretty much here with these is the pitching matchup. And that's why I went with these. Typically, they don't give up a lot of runs in the first inning between the pitching matchups between the 3 games. So we got that at plus 438.
Let's see. Yeah, Angels Texas is tough, but if you get past those other ones, then you should be okay. Yeah. So look, Wheeler has gotten close. He's gotten 6 Ks in a lot of the games, but the problem is when you bet him to get him around minus 150, you got to bet him for 7, and 7's where I've been having issues. Now his last start, I think he got 10 Ks, and I didn't bet him then. So clearly he'll probably get 10 Ks again because I'm avoiding him again. But 6 Ks I don't mind as much because when he misses, that's typically where he's at, is 6 Ks. Like I said, Waldrop, 4 strikeouts. Like it's tough because Pittsburgh is one of the most teams that strike out the most. They also have the 3rd highest scoring offense in all of baseball. I don't understand how those two coincide, but they do. Same thing with the Nationals. The Nationals are like 19th in strikeout per game, but they're the highest scoring team runs wise in baseball. It's wild. That's why these teams are 50-50 teams, and they're right around 500. Brian Wu, you're correct. He goes deep in most games. Even if he doesn't have a strikeout pitch, he usually can go deep. Max Meyer's been on absolute fire, so we've got to hope he keeps going. But those are the tabletops for us today. I do not have a last call for a change, but see what? Yeah, I know.
All right, so it's not every day or often that you get top tier pitchers together. And in our group chat earlier, I put, man, this would be a wild hit. Well, earlier I put Ms. Rocky in there because I wasn't paying attention that they were playing super early, so obviously I couldn't bet that. But I took Skeens for 8, Max Meyer for 7, Tariq for 9, EMI for 6, and DeGrom for 9 for plus 8820. I took all of them right at plus money. So up until then, everything before these numbers, so 7, 6, 8, 5, and 8 were all minus money. So I just took their one up to give them all plus money and put it all together. It's pretty much, forget your dime. But if this hits, man, that'll be something.
And Chick's Picks was yesterday. I forgot to take it off of here. So pay no attention to that down there. But that is it for today. Yeah, I mean, I guess my last call will just be I'll put our long balls together for a home run. Matter of fact, let me do it now so I can get the odds. I'm so mad that Bryce Turing didn't get a hit today, by the way, because I had a performance triple that lost because he didn't get a hit. Because I had Mizorowski for 7 Ks. The Brewers
How many
won.
did he end up getting?
He had 9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
I kept trying to check ESPN, and they kept saying the box score wasn't available.
Yeah, mine was doing that for a little while too. But yeah, he ended up with 9.
So see, we would have been already out the gate lost.
Would you bet him for 10?
Yeah. Well, I would have, but
I got you. Okay, so again, and go to San Francisco. Versus Spencer Miles, whoever that is. And where is this cat? There he is. Huh. I was wrong. It is plus 4,520.
nice.
That is my last call. Is Ketel Marte and Victor Barracodo to go deep at plus 4,520.
Heck yeah.
That is definitely more than I thought it was going to be.
That'll be a good one if that one did.
$2.50 wins $110. Let's go.
Oh, what did NXT say? I can't read it.
Did he say something?
Yeah.
Why don't I see anything? Oh, I see it down there. Miss you guys. Can you go? Yeah, 100% I can. I will do a recap of everything. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not showing up on my screen, though. That's weird. I see it here, but I don't see it in the actual box. Oh, there it goes. Now it's showing. Okay, cool. All right, let me go back by.
There we go.
Let me go back through all the bets real quick. I'll start off with best bet of the day. We got Paige Buecher's 21 plus points. Minus 125 boosted to minus 114. The marquee matchup is Jacob deGrom and Jose Soriano, both at 6 strikeouts at plus 146. Really like this one. 750 club, Michael Harris, the second, 2 plus hits, runs, RBIs. Nick Gonzalez, 2 plus hits, runs, RBIs. Pete Crow Armstrong, 2 plus hits, runs, RBIs. And Liam Hicks, 2 plus hits, runs, and RBIs. Plus 755 boosted to 830. NXT, if there's any of these you want me to stay on longer, let me know. This one I know is a little bit longer, so I'm going to give you a second on this one. I'll do. Okay, I didn't even see that you put some of the explanations. I got you. I'm sorry. I didn't even read the whole rest of that sentence. I just saw you put it on there. So Paige Buecher's 21 plus. She has hit this, and I gotta pull this back up. She's hit it in 5 straight, 7 of the last 10, and she scored 24 versus New York the last time she faced them on 524. Jacob deGrom and Soriano both 6 Ks is kind of like their floor when they're on. Soriano's been a little bit up and down for 2 starts, but he got back on with 8 Ks. deGrom is always over 6 Ks. He's very rarely not as over 6 Ks, especially considering he's facing the Angels. Michael Harris has a 6-game hitting streak, 27 hits, runs, RBIs, so I got him for 2 plus. Nick Gonzalez is on a 6-game hitting streak with 23 hits, runs, RBIs. Pete Crow Armstrong, 2 plus hits, runs, RBIs. He's on a 6-game hitting streak with 19 hits, runs, RBIs over the 6 games. And then lastly, Liam Hicks with 2 plus hits, runs, RBIs is on the longest hit streak in baseball, a 16-game hitting streak with 51 hits, runs, and RBIs. All these guys are averaging at least 3 per game or more over the last 6 to 16 games, all the way up to Liam Hicks. All 3 of them are 6, and then this guy's at 16. But they're all still averaging around at 3 or more in each of those. Ketel Marte, home run. He's going against a pitcher, German Marquez, he's 14 for 46 with 2 home runs versus him. So he's got a lot of history with the pitcher with a few home runs. Then we've got the young face Victor Barracodo plus 950. He has gone deep 4 times in his short career. He's only been in baseball for about not even a month, I don't think. His first 2 games that he was in baseball, he won the long ball, which one was like 450 something. Both of them were 450, I think. And so we were rocking with him, especially at the plus 950 level. Pat had a video, but he basically has his DeGrom, Soriano. He's got his alternates, which is Wheeler and Abbott. You're sweating Abbott. Meyer and Wu, you're sweating Wu. Schwarber is his first home run for the day at plus 171. He's got Hurston Waldrop, Warren Schultz, Imai at plus 258. Then he's got James Wood as a secondary Dinger Almanac, who's hit home run 3 days in a row. And then he put both of those together at plus 791. Then he's got Wheeler, 7 Ks and Phillies money line, Screwball 7 Ks and Tigers money line. And then he's got Skeen, Screwball, and Wheeler for 7 Ks each at plus 303. I like to call that the slot machine bet. Then I've got some guys that you've never heard of and some guys that you have heard of, but I've got Ian Seymour, just became a starting pitcher about 4 starts ago. He was a relief pitcher. His last 2 starts, he has cleared 6 strikeouts, and he's facing the Yankees team that is 25th in strikeouts per game, averaging 9 strikeouts per game. They're actually averaging 12.30 strikeouts per game over the last 3 games, striking out a ton against it. I mean, Griffin Jacks had 9 Ks against this Yankees team the other night, and I bet him for 8 and got him at plus like 300. Like you're getting guys that you wouldn't normally get against this Yankees team. Then I've got Screwball, which is a given, 7+ strikeouts, 7 of his last 9 against the A's, who strike out a lot. DeGrom, 7+ strikeouts. He's hit it in 3 straight. He's facing the Angels, who are second worst in baseball at 9.44 strikeouts per game. Then the hit parlay is Javier Sanoa, 6-game hitting streak, 11 hits over those 6 games. Tristan Peters, 8-game hitting streak, 11 hits over those 8 games. Zach Neto, 1+ hit, 5 for 10 versus DeGrom lifetime. He has 8 hits over his last 7 games at plus 357. And then C-Money jumping back into the fray with Skeens over 17.5 outs. Hard to bet against the Braves to strike out because they just don't strike out that much, but he's just been banking on him being able to be efficient and get to 6 innings. Hurston Waldrop, we already talked about, 4+ strikeouts. Brian Wu, he's been up and down strikeout-wise, but he's usually running deep in games, so he should be able to get to 6 innings. Max Meyer has been so good as of late, getting 6 innings as well. And then it's weird. I don't know why it's not showing everything, but and then Zach Wheeler, 6+ strikeouts at plus 702. Then no runs first innings. We got Seattle versus Miami, A's versus Detroit, Angels versus Texas. You're probably sweating the Angels versus Texas, mainly on the Angels side. But look, Seattle, Miami, sure, good pitchers, both very good pitchers in this matchup. A's, Detroit, one side has got Screwball, so he's got to sweat the A's, and then I think you're sweating the Angels on the Texas one. But if you get through it, it's plus 438. And then the last call, he has a big one. This is a forget that dime. Skeens 8 Ks, Meyer 7 Ks, Screwball 9 Ks, Imai 6 Ks, Jacob DeGrom 9 Ks at plus 8,820. So that is all the bets for the show. And then I will skip past that. So for the month, I'm at 10-10, up 13.42 units. Chicks Picks Gen is 22-22, up 12.02 units. PD King has yet to have any. Well, I think he had one, but he hasn't updated it yet. C-Money has not had any. Parker has not had any. And Poolside Pat, Duke of Slips is 6-15 minus 4.96 units. But even early in this month, we're still up about 19, or close to 20 units as a show. And Pat is correct. We are up 700.96. This is through June. This does not include July, but up 700.96 units as a show, which is kind of wild to think about. Now I think over 500 that is 2 people, but still as a show we're still up 700 units, which that number was much bigger than I anticipated as well when I saw that, because we post the yearly stats at the end of the month. But that is the show for today. I appreciate everybody who jumped in, all 29 of you who have been watching. It was a short show. It was light show since we didn't have Poolside Pat and PD King. Me and C-Money are going to be off to Taco Tuesday. If you notice, he has Tuesdays are for tacos only, is because PD King is being forced to go to the movies with his son and wife. I know how terrible for him, but it's Taco Tuesday of the show. But with that being said, these are the hot tips for your bet slips. Thank you all for watching. Please follow us on X. We're trying to get to 500 as soon as possible, and we will have a lot of cool stuff coming once we do. But with that being said, I will play you out. You have a great Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow.
Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just a bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just a bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just a bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.